they're properly slums, aren't they? I mean, you look from the outside and they look ready for demolishing.
When I first come here, it was a pleasure to come into the flats. We used to be proud to say we lived here.
Some of the housing which is left, the old housing, is some of it is derelict.
Boarded up, for sale by auction, boarded up, another boarded out property. That's been empty about 8 years. That's 9 properties in 2 blocks that are boarded up, 3 up for rental and 1 up for sale by auction.
As a leader, we should be treated like tribes, like humans as well.
People watching this will know your government funds councils, and in the last 10 years, you've cut their budgets by 38% in real terms. They've got £10 billion less to work with than they did 10 years ago. I mean, you're not seriously saying that the government have nothing to do with this. You fund these councils, and they're now struggling to make these repairs.
But I just want to remind us, this tragedy was not an accident in any meaningful sense. It was a product of a philosophy that says some lives have value and others do not. A product of a philosophy that says that people that live in social housing apparently should not even be able to sleep safely in their beds. A product of a philosophy of malign neglect.
The tragedy of Grenfell Tower fire should never have happened. It happened due to ignorance and government austerity. The government and local councils were warned on numerous occasions about the danger in their choice of cladding that they would be using on the exterior of Grenfell by both residents and contractors. So who was accountable? Do you know? By asking the following questions: what is social housing? Social housing in Burnley? What do the people who live in social housing face? Why won't the government change the way social housing is? What can happen when the government cuts costs in social housing? How did Grenfell Tower fire happen? Who is accountable for Grenfell Tower fire? I have been able to identify that there is structural discrimination in social housing. How social housing has been brushed aside and essentially forgotten. That there is a need for change in the paradigm within the system, and that there are discrepancies within policy and regulation. By identifying these factors through the use of narrative theory as my methodology, I have been able to reveal the narrative of structural discrimination within social housing.